Okay, for our first Excel tip, we are going to go over highlighting duplicate values or strings in Excel. So what I have here is just a list of Monday through Friday, and we have a few people that have to work each day. And what we want to know is who works 5 days a week, who works 4 days a week, 3 days a week, 2 days a week, or just 1 day a week. And we're going to make this matrix easy to view with these different colors. So if you work 5 days a week, you will be blue. If you work 4 days a week, you will be orange. If you work 3 days a week, you'll be gray. And if you work 2 days a week, you'll be yellow. And if you only work 1 day a week, you're not going to have any formatting. So we can go through and just color all those cells, but Excel can do that for us. So let's start with the simplest. And we're going to highlight our range. We're going to go to conditional formatting. It's on the home tab. We're going to do highlight cells rules for duplicate values. It gives you a default color format, and we're going to change that. So we're going to go to custom format. We're on the fill tab, and I have chosen colors along this top spectrum just so that it'll be easy to find them. So this is our duplicate. That's our 2 days a week. So we'll start there. Now, anybody who shows up in this list more than one time is a duplicate. So right now, everybody except for Sally is highlighted because she only works 1 day a week. Okay, so let's do our next formatting. So we're going to highlight the same thing. Going to go to conditional formatting, and then this time we're going to do a new rule. And we're going to use a formula to determine which cells we're going to format. Okay, so now we're going to write our formula on what cells we're going to format. Let's move this here. And our formula is going to always start with an equal sign. And we are going to count if. So this is saying count the number of times a cell shows up. So we're going to say count the number of times in this range that whatever is in cell B3. So count how many times B3 shows up in this list. And in this case, B3 is equal to Daniel. Now you'll notice I deleted the dollar signs in front of B and 3. And those dollar signs make this an absolute reference. So we want our table, B3 to F12, to be an absolute reference. But the cell that we want to count, we don't want to be absolute. We want it to be whatever specific cell we're looking at the time. Okay, and we are looking for something that equals 3. So this formula says count in this table if the name is equal to the name in B3. And then when you move to this one, it's C3 and D3 and E3 and E9 and ED12, so on and so forth. So count it if that name shows up 3 times. Okay, and we're going to do a format. 3 is gray. Like I said, I just used these colors across the top. So we hit OK, hit OK again. And now anybody who works 3 days during the week shows up in gray. Okay, so now we need to do that same thing for 4 days a week and same thing for 5 days a week. So let's highlight our table again. And we're going to go to new rule. We're going to use a formula. I'm going to start with an equals. Count if, same range, same starting position, and we need to delete the dollar signs. This time we want it to be equal to 4. We're going to format, and 4 is our orange. Hit OK. We'll hit OK. Okay, in our last one, we're going to go back. Actually, I'm going to do something really quick. We can go into these manage rules to see all the rules for conditional formatting that are set up here. I'm going to edit this last rule. I'm not really going to edit it, but I'm just pulling it up so that I can copy this. Okay, so I have just copied this data. Just hit OK. I'm going to hit cancel because I don't want to change anything. Go back to conditional formatting, create a new rule, use a formula, and I'm just going to paste that formula that we already did in there and change this to a 5. So you don't have to rewrite the formula. I rewrote it so that you could see it happen twice, but copying and pasting is a much more efficient way to go. Colored that one blue. We're going to hit OK. And now we have our table of people working. And we can see that Daniel, Sean, Andrew, and Tracy work 5 days a week. Zach works 4 days a week. Cressa, Curtis, Abby, Stuart, and Tony work 3 days a week. Katie, Talia, Rachel, Josh, and Bill work 2 days a week. And Sally only works 1 day a week. And again, if we want to review what's creating all of this, because if you click in a cell, it doesn't necessarily give you a color. In fact, if you click here and come up to your cell format and just do no fill, it doesn't change anything. Okay, so go to conditional formatting, manage rules, and we can see all of our rules and we can change them however we want. There is your first Excel tip. Have fun with it.